Hi there, everybody. Mark Plunkett, the pastor of Heritage Presbyterian Church, and this is our weekly devotional for Monday, May the 16th, 2022. Now, let's get back to what we're supposed to talk about today. The blood moon. The blood moon appeared last night in the sky. Wasn't it freaky? The blood moon. The blood moon. What did it mean? What did it mean? It must be a sign. That's what the ancient people used to say. Whenever they would see something unusual in the sky, they would have one of two reactions. What most people did was panic, freak out, start thinking it had to be a sign from whatever they thought of as their gods, because all civilizations all around the world have some kind of higher power entity, this kind of thing, that they pray to, that they know about, that they think about. And so they would sometimes think, well, this must mean something terrible. It must mean something. Either maybe it's red because we're supposed to attack. Maybe it's red because we're all going to die. Maybe it's red because maybe it's red. Of course, what we know now is that it has to do with the way that the earth and the sun and the moon all line up. And the angle that it happens makes the color that shows up on the moon as red. It has to do with the way light travels and how it hits at certain times. That's all it is. It's light traveling a certain way and getting interfered with by the earth, and so it shows up red on the moon. That's what it is. Now, the ancient cultures also had people that studied. Now, there were people that did a really good job of this. The Persians, whenever they saw anything in the sky, they didn't panic. They studied it. They looked at it. They wrote things down. They talked with each other about it. So did the Babylonians. So did the Chinese. So did a few of the higher developed Native American groups in South America and in Central America. They did a good job with this. All kinds of places around the world where they just panicked. That's just what they did. Panic, scream, run, hide, whatever. But what does all this stuff about a blood moon mean? Why did it kind of get into my head there, right? Well, in the book of Joel. Now, Joel is talking about the end of times. The end of times. Joel is a prophet, and what he says comes from God. Listen to this. And while you're listening, think about that blood moon that was out there last night, okay? This is the end of the world stuff. I will show portents in the heavens and on the earth, blood and fire and columns of smoke. The sun shall be turned to darkness and the moon to blood. Oh my God. Before the great and terrible day of the Lord comes. Then everyone who calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved. For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem there shall be those who escape, as the Lord has said. And among the survivors shall be those whom the Lord calls. So the great and terrible day of the Lord is going to be great and terrible for non-believers, for people who call on the name of the Lord. Whenever the end times happen, whenever it's going to happen, we're going to be okay because the Lord is going to take care of those who love him. So don't get too sweaty about a red moon. It's interesting. It's kind of spooky looking. It has a cool name, blood moon, but it's not a sign from God. It's light being bent a certain way. It doesn't necessarily mean the end of the world, but maybe a blood moon's going to happen at some point, and it will mean the end of the world. We don't have to worry about that because the Lord will take care of us. Amen.